Erik Peterson, and I'm sitting here with Codi from the Williston Community Builders, board member.
Board member.
We just finished up the check presentation for the 10th anniversary Community Builders Festival of Trees. Tell us a little bit what that means to you, how did this year go, and everything that we just saw.
I mean, absolutely. Today was amazing. So many people here, the impact that this event, this one night event will have in the community for the coming year, maybe years. Man, it makes you a little teary-eyed. We had a lot of hustle and bustle, 25 different local nonprofits that are gonna reap the rewards of so many generous sponsors. And it makes me get a little, emotional, but very excited.
You should. Congratulations on that. 10 years is fantastic.
Absolutely.
You guys have done so much for the community. We've been involved, luckily enough, for the last 3 years, right? First with the pool, then education, and then this year, your guys' idea to pick your sponsor was the best idea I've ever seen. Tell us a little bit about that and how it all worked out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we knew that we couldn't pull the event off without our generous sponsors, right? These companies who have come back year after year, supported our endeavors in the community. We knew that we are nothing without them. Yep. So our thought process was, for 10 years of supporting us, we know that you all have things that are near and dear to your heart within the community.
Yes.
And what better way to say thank you than to let you decide where the funds from your tree would go. Yep. It was a labor of love. It took a lot of extra work, but it was 100% worth it to be able to give 100% of each tree to a different local nonprofit.
And I've never heard of that in any fundraising I've ever been to. 100% goes back to the community, and then more specifically, the sponsors get to pick their donor.
Absolutely. Right. And we weren't sure what to expect with that, but to be able to have 25 different nonprofits benefit, like best case scenario for us, we had 40 or so apply. We wish we could have given to everyone, but continuing to work with the community in a lot of ways, I think we'll hopefully be able to continue to impact even those that weren't chosen, in the year to come.
Absolutely, and you guys set an all-time record this year. What exactly was the total amount that you raised for our local sponsors?
Yeah, I think the check we just showed was $453,100.
In one night?
In one night.
$453,100 in one night.
Yes.
We were lucky to be a small part of that.
A big part of that.
And part of our thing this year is we had done it the last couple years, and it just takes so much time and you want to be creative.
Absolutely.
And then you and I got together, and I just really loved your approach to it, and you're like, we're willing to look at anything and think outside the box and be creative, so thank you about that. Tell everybody about that process and what it looked like and ultimately what we were able to come up with.
Yeah, I mean, for the first time ever, we were able to auction off land as a part of a tree, and that was mind-blowing, a little bit overwhelming at first, but as I told you, I'm in the business of saying yes. If we can make it happen and make a bigger impact, like, why not?
Sure.
And so then, of course, on top of that, you went and put together a tree as well. So we kind of did it in 2 parts, which made an even bigger impact, which was so cool. And it ended the night on such a high note. And I'm really grateful.
Yeah, us too. And the money ended up going to the Providence Foundation, as you guys learned earlier. And it's really going to help clean up the community, help people with recovery challenges as well. And more importantly, go back to women's and kids and everybody else who needs it the most, and keep putting our community back together.
Absolutely. Building a better community, that's a big part of it. Just learning so much about all these nonprofits and the great work that they're doing. Just shout out to all of them for the work that they are putting in day to day in the community that just maybe not everybody knows about. And I hope that this helps bring some recognition to them as well.
Absolutely. Let's talk about recognition for the heroes and the soldiers behind the scenes, your board.
Oh, sure.
I've seen you guys working so hard, and you're always there in the grind. And by the time it is over, you look like a whole bunch of zombies.
True.
What do you want people to know about the board and everybody that contributed?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it takes a village in anything you do, whether it's raising your kids or having your own business, whatever it is, and a nonprofit is no different. Each and every one of us do this with no pay. There's no one paid on our board, but we believe in the mission, right? We believe in making our community not just a place to make a living, but to make a life. And that's why we're so passionate about it. And I'm just grateful for all of them, because we couldn't do it without every single one of them. And yes, it's exhausting. The dance started and I was like, I'm going home. I'm too old and tired for this, but just grateful.
Yeah. I also understand that this is your last year on the board, so thanks so much for your service and your time.
Thank you.
What do you want to tell people that want to get involved in the community and they're looking for the right cause and organization? Speak to them about your group and what it would be like to help out and replace you as a board member potentially.
All right. Yeah. So we have a monthly obligation for board meetings, but we do a lot of different projects within the community. So it definitely is it's a commitment.
Yeah.
You know, it is. Our Facebook page, Williston Community Builders, you can go on there, you can send us a message, we can give you some details on when and where we're meeting, and you want to see if it's a good fit, right? Not just for you, but like you have to feel like the mission is what you believe in, and if it's not us, there's a lot that we've learned about that I'm sure could use the help.
Sure. And the advantage here of working with your organization is there's 25 groups that have helped this year.
Absolutely.
And what do you think the vision is for the board? Obviously, you'll be riding off into the sunset, but what is the vision for the board in the future? Just keep doing exactly what you're doing, obviously, but what do you think and expect out of this going forward?
Well, I think, I was talking to someone before, is like the whole is always greater than the parts. And even if I'm not going to be involved as heavily as I have been, I know that this board will continue to chug along and do great things. I told them I'm not going to disappear.
Sure.
You know how to find me. I'm happy to continue to help where I can. But also after 12 or so years, I felt like it was the right time to let some of these younger, really creative, passionate community members kind of take the reins and run, because you know what? Youth has lots of great ideas, and if I need help with something techie, they're really good about it. So I think they're going to bring just sort of a fresh vision to kind of a template that we've set.
Yep. And I think really the main thing is just your spirit and your vibe. Like you surround yourself with like-minded people.
For sure.
You draw and attract those types of people. That's what I really love about your board, is they're all fun and friendly, and the vibe is always energetic, and they're just doing the grind, right?
Absolutely. That's what we do.
So if somebody may not have a time to donate on the board or spend time or do all that or even be a sponsor, how can they go about donating money? Because obviously you guys need money, especially to move forward, and considering you gave 100% of your proceeds this year.
True.
So how does somebody go about donating money for the cause?
Sure. So on our Facebook page, it also has a link to our website. There is a direct donation on the website if you wanted to do it that way. But there's also a P.O. box. But just getting a hold of any of us community builders, we'd be more than happy to sit down, have a conversation, see how the funds could be best utilized and served in the community, because there is a lot of need out there, and we're of the mindset of, hey, we can find a way.
Sure.
So,
well, congratulations again. Thank you for everything.
Yes, thank you.
Really appreciate it all, to your board and everybody else and what you've given back. Williston Community Builders, today was the check presentation. Lucky to be a part of it. If you or your organization want a community spotlight, we would love to collaborate with you moving forward to highlight your business, your community event, or anything else you guys have going on in the community. Erik Peterson, Proven Realty, brought to you by EXP. Thank you.